Hi, we got 2 people watching. Cool. Go live. There we go. Oh, can I share it? Oh, there we go. Welcome to the channel. Came across a cool trick that I want to dig into and just give it a go. Give it a try. 1 second. Live on YouTube right now. There. Alright, I'll share it on Twitter too, because I feel... Just give me a second. The trick I'm talking about is about reverb. And using 2 mono reverbs versus 1 stereo. And like how different that may or may not be. So, let's check it out. And if you have any questions, the chat is open. So, just go right ahead and ask. I'm just waiting a little bit for some viewers. Make sure people are aware of this happening. This was kind of a impromptu, quick. Decided to just put it online and just do a little impulsive stream. I know that's against recommended YouTube policies, but what can I say? I just felt like it, so yeah. So I've set up a little bit of a thing here. As you can see, there's 2 mono reverbs. A Verse Suite Classics by Slate, and the other one I chose the Lustrous Plates because I'm trying to like get a completely different sound on the left versus right. And then there, of course, there's the stereo reverb for like comparison. For comparing, can't speak today apparently. To compare that versus the mono, 2 mono ones. So I set up a couple of sounds, one being a vocal. I'm just going to plot out a synth sound. Nothing crazy. Oop, too low. Sure, I'm just going to try this quickly. Not that exciting, but it's just to get the reverb going in there. So first I'm just going to create the buses for this guy. All 3. Get to go. Just turn the stereo one off. All right. Still waiting for more watchers. Just come on in and check this cool trick out. So the trick here is, I mean, it's not so much of a trick. It's more of like a creative endeavor in trying something different, and I've never actually done this, and that is using 2 mono reverbs versus 1 stereo. And you take 1 mono hard pan left, another one hard pan right, and then you adding different reverbs on each channel. I guess the reason I'm trying this just to hear what it sounds like and possibly find a cool way to like make some unique, wide, like really wide reverb sounds. So the vocal sample I have in here is a sample pack from the company Black Octopus Sound. You guys should really check them out. Some really good stuff. This was a vocal sample pack by a singer called Natalie Major. I'm not sure if it's Mayer or Major. I'm going with Major. Great singer. I've used her stuff in a lot of my TV production tracks. So this is just a vocal clip. I added some compression and some EQ just to like, make it pleasant to the ears.
Feel you in my bones. Feel you in my bones.
So that's the actual sound. And this is what it sounds like with the stereo reverb on.
Feel you in my...
Which probably is a bit loud. Let me actually turn down the reverbs a tad. All right, there we go.
Feel you in my bones. Feel you in my bones.
So that's what it sounds like with the stereo reverb. Now let's hear it with the mono reverb. 2 mono reverbs instead.
Feel you in my,
Maybe I should turn it on first.
feel you in my bones. Feel you in my bones. Feel you in my bones.
That's versus this, which is the stereo one.
Feel you in my,
Fuck. Forgot to turn it on there.
feel you in my bones.
My initial impression was, not really that much of a difference, so is it worth it? Well, let's just dig in and try. Actually, before I do that, let's listen to it with the synth too. What the flip? Okay, so this is the double mono version. Actually, turn it on. Double stereo. Now let's try the stereo. Man. So that's the stereo one. I actually enjoyed the double mono much more on the actual synth part. Sounds much wider, clearly. Versus stereo. It's definitely more noticeable on the synth versus on the vocal.
Feel you in my bones. Feel you in my bones. Feel you in my bones.
To be honest, it does sound wider.
Feel you in my bones.
Yeah, it's like a much wider reverb. And here's the thing too, like go to town. Let's just drop some kilohertz snap heap on both of them, just so you can play with something so you can play with something on each side. Wow, I need more coffee. Hang on. Anyways, how's your Sunday going? Thanks for checking this video out. This is the kind of stuff I like to do sometimes. It's just like, oh, wait a minute, what if? Yeah, today we're drinking 7-Eleven coffee. So what I was saying, you can put a pitch shifter on both the left and the right reverb.
Feel you in my bones.
And what if pitch one side one down and the other one up?
Feel you in my bones.
You know, not the prettiest, but let's go less, like 23 up, 23 down.
Feel you in my bones. Feel you in my bones. Feel you in my bones. Feel you in my bones.
Yeah, that made it even wider.
Feel you in my bones.
But let's see, let's be silly. Go minus 12. So this only affects the reverb, just so you know, not the actual sound.
Feel you in my bones. Feel you in my bones.
I just want to hear how it sounds minus 12 on both. So the reverb is now pitched down 1 octave on each side. Why does it go back there?
Feel you in my bones. 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 Feel you in my.
Okay, so that was pitching. How about some more? How about I put chorus on one side and flanger on the other side? Wait, is there flanger? Limiter, phaser. No flanger. Flippity flop. Okay, we'll use phaser and flanger. So phaser on one side on the reverb and flanger, phaser and chorus. Wow, I shouldn't be doing this video today, but I am. Anyway, let's hear this.
Feel you in my bones. 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 Feel you in my bones.
See, that creates a pretty cool reverb sound, like chorus on one side and phaser on the other side.
Feel you in my bones.
Hang on, I want to kind of bring up those two now in level. Put it on 0.
Feel you in my bones. Feel you in my bones. Feel.
That was actually cool. Excuse my burp. What about I put a reverser on one side?
Feel you in my bones. Feel you in my bones.
And I put a reverser on the other one with a different setting. How about 6?
Feel you in my bones. Feel you in my bones. Feel you in my bones.
Make it go to 3 so you can actually hear some of it.
Feel you in my bones. Feel you in my bones. Feel you in my bones. Feel.
That was pretty sweet. How about 8?
Feel you in my bones. Feel you in my.
Now you're gonna, this is the beauty of a plugin like this. Go to town.
Feel you in my bones. Feel you in my bones. Feel you in my bones. Feel you in.
This is what it sounds like in a normal reverb.
Feel you in my bones. Feel you in my.
It's pretty interesting stuff. I'm just gonna quickly check if there's any questions. Nope. Okay, let's hear how this sounds on the synthesizer with the flanger and reverser stuff on. Let's first do. Why do I say flanger? There is none. Versus normal reverb. Definitely like a whole feeling, like the depth and width is really interesting with this trick. Feels, yeah, like much deeper and I don't know what the word would be. As you can hear, you can like make some pretty cool stuff. Especially with the reverser on. Let's put on the chorus and phaser. And there's obviously no limits to this. I mean, I can automate, oh, God knows what. How about a frequency shifter? Frequency shifter on both sides. That's what I love about production these days, because there's like no limits to what I can do with this setup. What else should I give a try? Pretty interesting that you can actually get a much wider sound this way.
Feel you in my bones. Feel you.
No, let's see, because let's actually go into the reverb itself. Let's say I add some crazy frequency to change the sound of the reverb on each side.
Feel you in my bones. 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 Feel you in my.
I'm just gonna turn off all the fancy schmancy stuff. Just to hear just the reverb.
Feel you in my bones. Feel you in my bones.
And try a different reverb on the other side. Let's see, try something. Breathing Canyon. I love this reverb.
Feel you in my bones. 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 Feel you in my bones.
Just gotta watch out for the levels, and obviously at the end of this I would put this whole chain into a group track and then do like a phase check, make sure this stuff is in phase. But yeah, in some instances I feel this effect doesn't really do much, but if you start messing with it a bit, you can create some really unique depth, width, like it gets really wide. Probably really cool for certain things.
Feel you in my bones.
I mean, I'm going at EQ to I feel this one was a little bright, so just take
Feel
a.
you in my bones.
Or let's make that one really narrow, almost like a radio type of reverb.
Feel you in my bones. Feel you in my bones.
Maybe on the other side, just
Feel you in my bones. Feel you in my bones.
like you can see, like you can do some cool stuff. Any questions? Curious to see how this sounds on drums. Let me just drop some drum sounds. Maybe it's just a drum. I'll just put in a drum loop for now, just to save some time. Get lost in programming for 2 hours. If I don't, make sure I send it all to the guy. There. Okay. Drum loop. Let's find one. Doing secret stuff off screen now. Finding drum loop. Drum. Of course, I'm finding drum loops that has reverbs on them. Hang on. You know what? I'm just gonna find an 808 snare. See, me looking for drums can take like a long time. Oh man. Right. I'm gonna use this one. Good old 808. Oh, that sounded all kinds of awesome.
Feel you in.
Okay, I want to hear that versus like a stereo one. Equally as cool, just in a different way. Let's see. So this is the 808 snare, just a normal 808 snare with the stereo reverb on. And here's with the fancy schmancy dual mono with all kinds of goodies on. Well, of course, this one isn't as long as the other one, so let's just bring it up. Let's check the EQ, because this is a snare. Okay. Interesting. How about the EQ on the other one. Oh, yeah, there we go. I mean, that is pretty sweet. Now let's try a different one. The Breeding Canyon one is after all quite random thing. Dark hall, concert hall, sure. Reverse. Kind of create some cool vibes. Wow. The way this spreads towards the end. I mean, you can like, I don't know, go to town in terms of like figuring out, do you want the tails to end equally or kind of be moving around? And of course, I can take both those reverbs, put them into another group, and then mess with that again. But yeah, this wasn't intended to be a long video, just to test this random trick. What you do is set up 2 mono reverbs, hard pan, and then do whatever with those reverbs. And not only do you get a much wider space, reverb, hall, whatever you want, but once you start messing with each of those sides with like chorus or some other effects, you can really emphasize that depth. And once you start automating here, like for certain breaks and whatever, I mean, I can only imagine where you can take this one somewhat simple setup, actually. Huh. Can only imagine how this sounds on pads or strings, you know, something that's already like floaty and dreamlike. You can really create a very cool space that way. And of course, my favorite, adding saturation and stuff to that. Anyway, thanks for watching, and make sure to subscribe. I'm going to try to get more content going on a more regular basis. Been a lot of changes in the background, so things are kind of locking into place now. And yeah, there's going to be a lot more videos like this and a bunch of other ones. The reason I'm doing this is to help you, or to inspire you, or show you things that, wow, I never thought about that. Because to be honest, back when I started music, like over 20 years ago, you know, there was very little information. Maybe you got like a copy of Future magazine, or, you know, the access to learning was very slim. The only thing you heard about was, oh yeah, you go to school and get a huge loan and basically learn every cable and every microphone, but not really how to make music or how to mix or produce. These are the things that I feel you learn through experience, and you know, reading a book about it's not gonna help you out much. So I'm doing these videos, so anyone out there who's wanting to learn music or learn more, whether you're just starting or like me, done it for 20 years, there's always something to learn still. So that's why I'm doing those videos, so you can have those oh shit moments. Like, I love having them, and sharing new things that I learn, because it's cool. Sharing is caring. Like, let's not divide people with music, let's unite. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. I did enjoy making it, and I'm pretty excited to actually apply this trick to music I'm going to be working on. Whether it's going to be just a little 1-second clip reverb in a song, or actually create a whole atmosphere based on this. Anyway, cheers, and hope you have a great day.